You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to News Talk, where we talk news.
If this is your first time joining us today, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our live videos. We try to go live every night, and also hit the like button to help show some support. We're going to go over a few things today. But first, we also have a Facebook group that anybody is welcome to join. It don't matter your views or not. We made it for people just to share whatever you want to. We share a lot of memes, which is hilarious. Well, the volume works, or the audio works. Anyway, you can share memes, pictures, statuses. It's a real fun group to be in. We all interact with each other, so if you're interested in that, I left the link down below. Speaking of that, someone just posted it. Okay, so let's talk about what are they going over about Trump these days now.
Okay, well, apparently, kid. Okay, so Trump has stopped all negotiations on the stimulus talk.
The stimulus package deal.
Yes.
Okay, until after the election.
He's shutting it down.
Right, he's instructed Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to focus full-time on getting his nominee to fill the vacant seat on the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, as I'm reading this, if you guys wanna give us your thoughts on some of the stuff I'm reading, going over, just comment below and we'll add it into the video. But I'm gonna go over a tweet that Trump has said about Nancy Pelosi. Just tell me what you think about that as well. All right, here's Donald Trump's tweet, because he can't help himself but to tweet. He is a tweeter.
Bird. He's a Tweety bird.
I don't even have a Twitter. I need to make one. All right. Nancy Pelosi is asking for $2.4 trillion to bail out poorly run, high-crime Democratic states, money that is in no way related to COVID-19. We made a very generous offer of $1.6 trillion, and as usual, she is not negotiating in good faith. I mean, there's more to this tweet, but it was pretty long, and basically he just wants to wait until he wins the election, and if he does, he's going to pass another major stimulus bill.
Okay, say he's wanting to wait until... Okay, so see what the main worry behind all of this is. Okay, so they're worried that there's going to be no aid to help in the recovery of the economic from this COVID recession. So they're worried that by pushing it back further until after election, that everything is... What happens if Trump doesn't get back into office? We're hoping he does. Okay, just by some chance, Biden wins over Trump. Okay, say that happens. Do you think Biden is going to push this stimulus check?
I think he'll push the one that they want, like the ones that left once.
Okay.
That's what I think, obviously, because he's Democrat, so he's going to want what the Democrats want.
Well, yeah. Well, that's their main worry is that no aid will hinder the recovery of our economics from COVID recession.
Right, and another thing, I've read a lot of comments on this, because when I do this, I try to see what people think about it too as well. And a lot of them saying people are struggling now, so they need something now. But at the same time, our supposed leaders are like denying the stimulus package to American people. I mean, is that a bad thing or is that a good thing? I mean, obviously it don't seem good, but we don't know what's going on behind closed doors either.
Well, see, right now, Trump, they're at a state right now where the Democrats and the Republicans, they can't agree on a specific number they want to set for this bill, this stimulus. So, I mean, Nancy, she's aiming too high. Trump says that our stock market is great. He said that jobs, they're coming back, so there's no need for that much money to go. Yeah, there's no need for $2.4 trillion to be added into the stimulus check when $1.6 trillion will cut it.
Right, and that's what Tuesday, which is today, Trump said Republicans were willing to agree to a $1.6 trillion bill. So, I mean, why can't they agree on something like that? I mean, it's almost like I'm going to say a peeing contest, between Democrats and Republicans right now, and I feel like that's just what's going on.
A peeing. Well, I see
like,
that.
Who's the bigger person right now? I think this is how I feel. I'm not saying that's what's happening. It's just how I feel personally. I just feel like they're in there arguing over stupid stuff because
Well, what I'd like to
Nancy wants one thing and Trump wants another.
What I'd like to know is, okay, so we do get another stimulus check. How is that going to affect us?
Well, another thing is where this money needs to go to people who actually need it. We personally don't need it. I've been working this entire time. We've been fine. Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, but yes, thankfully. But Nancy's wanting to, as Trump tweeted, that she's wanting to put it to where it doesn't belong. Okay, and I do agree with you.
Did you say that's what Trump's saying?
Yeah, that's what you said, Trump.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that's just what Trump's saying. I mean, we personally don't know. That's another thing I'd like to know is what's in this stimulus bill that they can't get along with, other than the number. If that's it, if the number's just it, I mean, they can't agree on where it's going or whatever. I mean, that's a different story. But I don't personally know
what's in it, like who's all
who's gonna get it and what's
it going for, what economic aid is it helping?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, those would be some really good questions.
Yeah, and also McConnell told reporters, this latest bill from the speaker is no more serious than any of the other political stunts going back months. If they continue to refuse to get serious, then American families will continue to hurt. I think it's safe to say we're far apart. I think Secretary Mnuchin, I think is how you say his name, and the speaker will continue to speak, but we are very, very far apart, which, of course, that's what McConnell said.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I agree. I mean, I personally feel like obviously Republicans and Democrats aren't getting along.
Well, I mean, and if they're finding so much time to bicker about how much money is going to be in this proposal, Trump finds it better that this time spent arguing could be in approving Amy Barrett for Supreme Court seat.
Right, not only that, I mean, it's just so close to election time, too, so it's like, I feel like a lot of them's doing it just for a political stunt.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the crap that's happening that you see, I feel is all political.
Right, well, a lot of it is, and I think that's what Trump is just wanting to wait now, because, I mean, they can't get along, they can't come up with this plan. You know, Nancy's wanting this huge number, Trump's wanting a less amount of number. I mean, it's going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's better advising all of this to just go forth to something that could do some good.
Yeah, I just think they need to sit down and, well, they've tried sitting down and doing that, but I guess, I don't know, they need to come up with something, because in the comments when I was reading it, you know, people want something.
Yeah, well, that was the question. Well, I was going back to how they said that they were worried that there's not going to be any aid to help the businesses that actually fell out because of this pandemic.
Right, I was reading on the comments where they were saying these people they're losing jobs now. Like, new jobs are getting lost now.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
what?
What's taking place to fix this? I feel like they're up there just like I said, it's a peeing contest. Whoever's a bigger person is what I feel like personally.
Well.
Oh, we got a comment. Pelosi has so many things added to it that has nothing to do with COVID, such as millions to cities that they have let burn down. And if that is true, then obviously the states or cities that have let their cities burn down because of these riots and stuff, a lot of them has let that happen because.
Yeah. And that's, I feel, what Trump was meaning whenever he was saying for this package to go into cities, the money going into cities that doesn't even need it.
Yeah, to bail out poorly run, high crime Democratic states.
Yeah.
Money that is no way related to COVID-19.
Like California.
Right. So I mean, yeah, I can see where Trump doesn't want to spend that much money because I mean, to blow money like that is a big deal.
I mean, that's whenever the governor of the state should man up or woman up, however it is. I don't know the governor of California, but stop all the riotings that's happening. I mean, take control over your jurisdiction. It's your job.
You can't sit there and say you want it, or you can't sit there and let it happen, and then when you're finally done of them burning and stuff, then cry and want money. Looting,
rioting, all that crap. Put it to an end.
But speaking about California. All right, let's go on to it. California governor's office tells... Okay, now this is great. This is awesome. Well, not awesome. It's stupid. So just tell me what you think of this.
He was in shock whenever I told him this.
I didn't believe it at first. But no, California governor's office tells diners to wear masks in between bites.
In between. How
So
does
you're
that
eating,
work?
you take a bite, and then you put your mask on, chew it, swallow it, take it down, put a bite.
Knowing me, I'd forget that I just raised my mask back up and go to shove some food in
Or
my
drink.
mouth. Or your drink. And then it just tumbles into your lap. But meanwhile, in Canada, they've got their top doctor. They suggest that you should wear a mask while having sex. Having sex. Avoid the kissing. Avoid the kissing. She said, and it's Dr. Tam, she lays out sexual ground rules to stay safe while engaging in sexual intercourse.
Yeah, you gotta skip everything. You just gotta go straight to it.
Yeah, just don't want to get involved in this.
You gotta skip the foreplay. California Governor Gavin Newsom has told a resident in the Golden State that if they go out to eat, they should be wearing a mask in between bites to protect themselves from COVID. California has had more than 800,000 cases and more than 16,000 deaths. So he's telling people to eat between bites, which is ridiculous.
You know what's even more crazy? These places you go into and you sit down and you dine in, and who brings you your food? People who could possibly be contagious without even knowing.
Well, I'm about to get onto this cloth mask thing. I'm going to move on to that real quick.
Okay, well, before you get onto that, there's these people who sit down in indoor dinings and people are handing their food. You're eating that, regardless if you've got that in between. That's like if you're talking to somebody, okay? If you're sitting across from somebody. But what about the people who handle your food? Like, what about you don't know if they wash their hands. You don't know if they coughed on your food.
I was about to say, a lot of it's not
You
even
don't
about
know.
the mask. There's a lot more to it than just wearing masks.
Yeah, and they're acting like if you wear a mask, you're safe.
Another thing is, CDC is not the only place to study stuff like this. For instance, University of Minnesota Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy. They are a global leader in addressing public health preparedness and emerging infectious disease response. Okay, they say, this is all about, fabric masks, cloth masks, what you see a lot of people wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I've seen some pretty crazy masks.
Some of them are kind of cool.
Some of them. I see this one. Speaking of masks, I seen this one. It's going grocery shopping. It said, this is bullshit, but I need groceries, so whatever. I like that one.
There's a lot of them I like.
Yeah.
But, that the University of Minnesota Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy said the CDC failed to reference the National Academies of Sciences rapid expert consultation on the effectiveness of fabric masks for the COVID-19 pandemic, which concludes the evidence from laboratory filtration studies suggests that such fabric masks may reduce the transmission of larger respiratory droplets. There is little evidence regarding the transmission of small aerosolized particles of the size potentially exhaled by asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic individuals with COVID. They also say a cloth mask or face covering does very little to prevent the emission or inhalation of small particles, which is an important mode of transmission for COVID.
So basically, it does little work. Unless everything that you're exhaling from your mouth or your nose are large particles.
Right.
Which, in fact, it's not.
Well, another thing is, it's not only that they don't stop small particles, because small particles are definitely getting out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way people wear masks, too, because they're supposed to fit right here fine, and they're not. They have a hole here, so when they breathe, it goes up anyway. Okay, and the masks aren't the only thing you should be doing.
Using as a precautionary to stay safe from COVID. You should also be washing your hands. You should be sanitizing things frequently. They act like if you wear COVID, like I said, you're safe. Or if you wear COVID. If you wear masks, you're safe from COVID, which isn't the case. You've got to wash your hands, and they say that the California wearing mask in between bites and whenever you take it off. What about if you are sick and if you exhale before you take a bite or whatever?
What gets me is, you have, all these universities and stuff.
You'd figure your mask would get dirty. Like, what if you get
Well, that's another thing.
and you don't have another one to exchange?
And they wear it all day, so you're getting germs on it, and then it's ridiculous. But what I'm getting to is, you got all these universities and stuff, all these scientists doing different studies, and they all come up with different stuff. And the only ones that get pushed and shown are the ones that the media wants to agree with.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's got to fit with their agenda.
Just because it's a different scientist or something saying something different doesn't mean they're wrong.
No, it just means a different. I mean, there's more than one ways to skin a cat, guys.
Yeah, there's different ways to do the tests and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, do you got something else off of that?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna go to. I actually found it today. Was Biden saying? Actually, it was back on September 15th is when it was said, but I just now kind of surfaced up today. The reason I was able to stay home was because some black woman was stacking grocery shelves.
And this is what Biden said.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's...
Well, I watched the video to see if there was anything taken out of context to try and be twisted, but Biden, let him speak, and he speaks for himself.
Well, that's the difference. You don't really have to edit out.
Yeah, you don't have to in what he said. I mean, I'm not gonna look too much into it because it's whatever. I mean, it's what he's racist. We know it. It's a racist remark. But if people are going to blind eye it, then I mean,
right? If they're gonna blind eye that and then twist
do.
what Trump says around to try to make it look like Trump is racist, they should call him out too because he's obviously saying stuff like that.
Yeah, of course he is, and people are Trump could kill somebody and they'd still follow him. They'd say that. And then here Biden is talking racist crap and they're for Black Lives Matter. I don't understand you. Like, I'm going to push some buttons. I don't explain. How can you be for Black lives saying they matter but support someone who is as racist as Joe Biden? I don't get it.
Well, what aggravates me is they tried to make Trump look racist, but the person they're supporting
is racist, and you don't have to try to make him look racist. He does it voluntarily. Donna says, yes, I saw that video. He says some of the dumbest things.
Yeah, that's not only the dumbest thing he says. Like, just on the debate, I love saying it because it's hilarious. 200,000 people has died on his watch. How many of those
survived?
Yeah, survived.
How many did survive, Joe?
I'm going to have to fact check that, but I think 0 survived.
Well, I mean, okay, so, we don't necessarily vote for Trump. We're not going to, of course. I seen a post on Facebook said, no, we're not.
Trump?
No, Biden. Excuse me. Biden, we're not. No.
That's what I was thinking, like, what?
Biden.
We are? We're not.
It said on Facebook, and I reshared it, of course, that I would paint my whole house with a Q-tip before I vote for Biden. And I would. Well, I would do 10 coats before I vote for Biden.
By the way, Trump is doing great, by the way. I forgot to mention
Trump,
that.
yeah. His health, he's doing great.
Which, when he was actually in the hospital... When he was in the hospital and they were wanting him to die so bad, I told her, I was like, even if he dies, I'll still vote for him over Biden.
Speaking of Trump, I've seen some of the most disrespectful memes, I should say, of Trump.
They're always disrespectful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's crazy how they are they wish he'd die, sticking bleach in places bleach don't belong.
I can only imagine.
Some of the things. Okay, and well, today the kids and I, we went to see my sister, and on the way to my sister's house, I seen a Joe Biden Harris sign, and I don't like Biden. I'm not for Biden, but I don't believe in discriminating against people who disagrees with you.
Somebody vandalized that sign, the Joe Biden sign.
Yeah, somebody vandalized the sign. I don't necessarily agree with Biden. I'm not going to vote for Biden, but I also don't agree with vandalizing property that's not yours.
Right, I mean, if the Trump supporters don't like it, then Trump supporters shouldn't do it either.
No.
I'm not saying you shouldn't stoop to their level and do the same thing they're doing just because they're doing it to us.
I drove by it, and I mean, my blood was boiling. I mean, I don't necessarily like the man. No.
Yeah, it shocks me every time I see a Biden sign.
Yeah, like who? Why?
That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is put a sign next to it and ask why.
Yeah.
And have like a drop box.
But to vandalize it just because you disagree with, that's what the left does. They tell you to shut up because you don't agree with them. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to stoop to their level. I mean, they're taking the humanity out of the human race, is what I feel, because of this election. how many
Well, the
people
closer we're
despise
getting
Trump.
to this election, the nastier it's getting.
Yeah.
As far as how they're acting toward each other,
Yeah.
the left versus right thing.
Yeah.
It's
Boy,
annoying.
it made me mad whenever I seen that, and I'm like, well, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I could just.
It's actually a crime to mess with those signs. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Well, I've seen some Trump signs that had electric fence around it, and people go to grab it and they get shocked. I mean, those videos are hilarious. Watching some people.
I've seen some dude get out of
seen
some guy get caught trying to take this guy's sign, and he went out there on the porch with his paintball gun. So
oh yeah, shot the heck out of him.
That'd be something I'd do. But I don't have
I can
so
see
I'd have to use my bow or something.
Shoot him in the
I
foot.
would really shoot him like that, just for messing with my son. All right.
Okay.
We'll talk about Chris Cuomo. I want to save. I'm going to be talking about the endorsement video that Michelle Obama made for Biden, but I'm going to save that for the end because there's a lot she said, and I barely scratched the surface because it's like a 30-minute long video. So I just wrote a few quotes down that she says, and I just want people to know what you think about it. But I'll let you go over Chris Cuomo.
Okay, let's go over Chris Cuomo. Okay, so we're not a big fan of CNN, or at least I'm not.
Well, as much you say that, but we actually watch a lot of CNN.
Well, it's because they spit out a lot of untruthful facts.
Yeah, I mean that's
very untruthful facts.
That's how we know what we should.
Yeah, that's what I know. What we should be talking about. What CNN talks about, but the truth this time. Okay, well anyway, Chris Cuomo, he is ranting about Trump's return to the White House. Okay, so while earlier,
yeah, another comment. You wanna read that one?
Carolyn says, "I see you doing that." Oh, she's probably talking about you shooting somebody with a bow.
I wouldn't really shoot somebody with a bow if they were taking a sign. But I would definitely use a paintball.
You'd be that old grumpy grandpa. His masks. And Chris, he doesn't like it. He's super mad at the whole shebang. Trump feeling better. He's just upset with. Okay? So, Chris was caught lying about how he was stuck in his basement. Huh?
I think we're skipping. Are we skipping, guys? Alright, just keep going because I know they can still hear you.
Wait a minute.
It's probably hot.
Yeah, maybe that might help.
Well, it's still gonna be hot. Alright, just keep going. They can hear.
Okay. Is that what they said?
Yeah. Alright, well, hold on. We're trying to take care of it. I think we got it.
Okay. Hopefully we got it.
I think we fixed it.
I had to unplug.
Let us know if we fixed it. Okay.
Excuse the close up there. Okay, anyway, Chris, he's upset. Trump always, the left is entirely upset with him, but Chris was caught lying of how he was stuck in his basement because he had recently just gotten over this COVID virus. Okay. So he said that he was stuck in his basement. While being stuck in his basement, he was caught in an argument with some bicyclist out in front of his second home. Okay? So whenever he was supposed to be in quarantine, in his basement, he was at his other house arguing with the bicyclist because he caught him out and about, not quarantining himself, not social distancing, and going places where it's not necessarily needs to go whenever he's out with his family.
So basically, he's giving Trump crap
for doing the same crap he's doing.
Well, that's what. If they're good at standards, it's
do as I say, not as I do.
Yes,
they
do that.
Their status.
They've been caught that. So Nancy Pelosi got caught. Getting
her hair done.
I mean,
you guys stay
and then,
home.
Of course, that was all set up and all this crap. I mean, they make up so many excuses for doing
what
they're telling you guys not to do.
He was also caught out without a mask too. Some guy.
Chris
Cuomo.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
This guy, the cyclist, who had this interaction with Chris, came up to him, was like, "Aren't you supposed to be in quarantine?" And Chris, all mad, goes like, "Who are you?" And the wife even comes up to the biker. Well, he stayed his distance away from him, away from Chris. The biker did. he was just asking like, hey, you're supposed to be in quarantine. Why are you out here? Aren't you supposed to be in your basement? Chris wasn't happy with it. The next day at a CNN radio show, Chris goes and he just slanders the guy. And then this is what he quotes, and this is what he said, I quote, and excuse the language, I don't want some jackass, loser, fat tire biker being able to pull over and get my space and talk bullshit to me. I don't want to hear it. But yet he's okay to do it to Trump.
Yeah, they're comment too. Maxine Waters was caught out without one too. Well, that's the thing. As long as they don't think cameras are there, they're not going to wear one. But they're going to sit there and tell you guys to wear one.
Oh, he was caught, Chris Cuomo, he was caught smoking a cigar, whatever he was. Yeah. But Trump can't do it. Trump can't. And then the Trump thing, that gets me. Okay, because yesterday I went over the timeline Dr. Fauci had said. And at the point in time where Trump got off of his airplane, he's back at the White House. He is no longer contagious at all. I got into an argument with people on Facebook. They quit arguing with me too because I gave them the timeline Dr. Fauci said, and I also said he was no longer contagious. They ignored me. They left me on red. They wouldn't answer me because I explained to them that he was no longer contagious.
Even if he wasn't contagious, it doesn't matter. He was outside.
He was home. Whenever
the doctor told him he can go back, obviously.
Yeah, whenever you get home from wearing a mask all day or what have you, however long you're tired of wearing it, you want to take it off. Why can't Trump? That's his home, right?
Well, that's
Why
what I'm
can't
saying
he take it
earlier.
off?
The only standards they're good at is double standards. If he's doing it, it's wrong. No matter what he does.
Trump just can't get approved for anything besides 2021 presidency.
Good one.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the endorsement video Michelle Obama made for Joe Biden. Obviously, Obamas are for Joe Biden because I don't know. I'll give you a reason why.
No one knows.
Just think. They got another comment too.
Okay. Carolyn says they keep saying that on the news too.
Yeah. They continuously say it. All right, this video that Michelle Obama put out is 30 minutes long, so I'm going to just go over a few tiny things, and you tell me what you guys think about it, and I'll kind of comment on it too. Okay, she 30-minute long video. Here's some quotes. Lying. She's talking about Trump, obviously. Lying about how minorities will destroy suburbs. Whipping up violence and intimidation. She's saying that the right, Trump supporters and Trump is whipping up violence and intimidation. They are pinning it all.
You mean
on,
like BLM?
Yeah, they're saying no. They're saying that we are whipping up the violence and intimidation. I guess she means like I don't know. I don't know what she means.
What that comes to mind is what BLM is doing.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing.
That's not the right. They are not a right organization.
She also says they are pinning it all on what's been an overwhelming peaceful movement.
What?
She's saying we are pinning it all on an overwhelming peaceful movement. 130 Days of Writing is an overwhelming peaceful movement. Yes. Okay, this one's really good. This one's a great one. Only a tiny fraction of demonstrations have had any violence at all.
Demonstration. I love how they refuse to call rioters.
Well, I think almost
rioters. They
all
call
the
them demonstrators.
Demonstrations that's been happening turns in some type of violent way.
Yeah.
So, okay. And this is another good one. So what the president is doing is once again false. It's morally wrong, and yes, it is racist. Of course, he's racist. When people hear these lies and crazy conspiracy theories repeated over and over and over again, they don't know what to think. She's saying we don't know what to think now. Okay.
Okay. Well, let me just point out that the media, who gives out these ridiculous stories and they put it on repeat. You take one piece of information and you can hear it from like 10 different news feeds. Okay, the same thing word for word, and she's sitting here saying that we don't know it. Y'all don't know what to think because you want to know why you hear it so much and you believe that it's the truth.
Okay, the majority of the media is like left driven. They're like biased towards the left, so that's what you hear over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, here's another good one. People don't have time to fact check the false stuff Republicans are saying.
We got another one. I only saw part of the video. She is a joke.
Yeah, I haven't got. I said people don't have time to fact check the false stuff they are saying, which I think she was referring to, Trump administration.
Don't have time to fact check.
Fact check what all the lies that.
There's so much that the left spits out. It's hard to keep up with.
They're blaming us for lying and stuff, is what they're saying. Us as in the right.
Okay, so what is she saying? Goody Two Shoes over there doesn't lie. She's never lied.
She's lying.
There's been fact checks on her lying.
There's another one too.
There's another one. Donna says, I've seen several interviews with black women and they've hated that video and what she said.
Well, anybody with common sense should hate that video.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes long of nothing but bull crap. That's what it is.
And then, okay, so you know how yesterday... Go ahead.
Okay, the very last one I wrote down because I got tired of listening to it because, it's just all the same stuff. It's just attacking the president, lying about him. But because they continue, that's what they're doing, is continuously lying about the president over and over again so people will believe it. This one's really good. One thing this president is really good at is using fear and confusion and spreading lies to win.
Fear, confusion.
She's saying Trump is using fear and confusion and spreading lies to win.
Okay, fear and confusion. Okay, I'd ask for her to clarify fear and confusion on what?
I don't know, and obviously spreading lies too.
If she's referring to the coronavirus.
I don't know what she's. I think it's just a general statement. She's trying to say that that's all Trump does is lie and tries to put fear into people to win. And obviously, if you actually see all these videos, I even shared a video on the think tank. Another reason to go join it.
Yeah, there's a
about how the left is, using fear. They're constantly burning stuff down and
they're telling you that you should stay home, and avoid going out and living your life because you might get sick. While they're out getting their hair done, they're out going and yelling at bikers, and they want you to stay home so you don't get sick, but they can go out because, they've got this armor of lies.
The only reason you should have to go out is to peaceful protest what they want you to. Not to say anything, it's just what they want you to. So.
There was a thing that I was going to say about that topic, too.
About the Michelle Obama
about this whole thing where they tell you to stay inside. And, that's what I was going to say. Trump, whenever he said, we covered it yesterday, but I want to say something else about the matter, how he said not to fear this virus. They're the one who's telling you to fear the virus. They're telling you to stay... Wait a minute. They're telling you to stay home. They're telling you not to hang out with family, with friends. They want you to social distance. They want you to live this new normal that shouldn't even be called normal. This upsets me so freaking much. I hear it on the radio. They're trying to get it into your head that this is going to be the new normal. This is not normal. This is by far normal. And it just irritates me that they say that Trump is trying to scare us into everything whenever he's trying to give those words that he said, don't fear this virus, was words of encouragement. Spoken from a man who's had the virus and knows that it's not as bad and it can't get you down as easily as the media wants to push out that it can. And whenever you're sick, your mentality has a lot to do with you feeling better. It really does.
Well, it's not only that he said not to fear it. He's saying not to fear it. Don't let the fear control you. As in, you don't want to just sit at home and lose your life because you're losing your job.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, I don't see Trump supporters out burning down cities, pulling people from vehicles, or shooting innocent people. Yeah, you don't see that.
And you won't.
You won't ever. I'm not saying Trump people don't ever do anything bad, because, I'm sure some of them do. But as a whole, like in a group or something, yeah, you don't see them doing that. The media tries to, portray it as it is. Just like when how long? It was like a month ago or something. At a poll, they were trying to say they were blocking the entrance of this poll place and not letting people in. When the actual officials there were saying they were plenty far away from the entrance and wasn't blocking anybody. But with the media, I mean Facebook, Twitter, actual news medias, mainstream news medias, were saying they were blocking it.
Well, of course.
But the actual people that was actually there were saying they didn't.
Well, because that's what the media does. They try to make people into a panicky frenzy so that way you're more easily accessible. You're more easy to control whenever you're looking for some safe place to go and hide from. That's what the media tries to give you, a safe place. Come listen to me. I'll tell you the truth when all they're doing is spitting at lies. And it just irritates me
Yeah,
how
but according to Michelle Obama,
she's part of the problem.
they all are, baby. They really are.
And then they have the audacity to say that if you're voting for Trump, you're part of the problem. You support. It just, they get under my skin. If I had a dime every time I wanted to, I'd be rich. I'd be rich. Let's just say.
Well, you need to get a dime for that because we need to be rich. All right, do you have anything else over that? Over anything?
No, just that the bike list, going back to it, just that the bike list files a complaint, but he doesn't press any charges.
Well, they get mad when people call them out on their stuff that they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to let everybody know yesterday we thought it was Tuesday. So we kept saying tomorrow that...
Well, I mean, he had to work on Saturday, so...
Oh, it was all messed up. We thought yesterday was Tuesday.
Our work week's all messed up,
But just to let you know, the Biden and Harris...
So if you came on today thinking this video was going to be the live stream, sorry to disappoint you.
Yes, the debate of Biden and Harris is going to be tomorrow, and we are going to be live streaming. So.
It is for sure tomorrow.
Yes, for sure tomorrow at 8 Central, I believe.
Yes. So come join us.
And afterward,
we
will probably go live ourselves right after the video and kind of give our opinion about it. It probably won't be too long of a video. So, get on with us and comment what you guys thought about the debate as well. So, is that it? Think we're done?
I think we're done. Look, I guess that wraps it up before I go into another...
Alright, just if you are interested in that Facebook group that I was talking about earlier, look in the description.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below to help show your support of this channel. We're trying to make it grow as quickly as possible, obviously, just like anybody else is.
Yeah, and you guys are great. We're already up to 11 subscribers.
12 now.
12.
Yeah, we're up to 12, so...
12. That's big to us, guys. Yeah, that's a lot.
It's huge. I mean, it's not a big number, but to us, that's great. I mean, so...
Yeah, it's great. We're thankful for every single one of them. We're going to end this off again like as we did yesterday with
yes, thanks to Joel...
prayer, yes.
Which, if you want to follow him on YouTube, he actually gave us this idea because he done it himself. Pray at the end of every video. I think that's a great idea, and hopefully it catches on to more people. I'm actually gonna let you pray this time.
No, you said you
no, I'm gonna let you pray this time.
Okay.
All right, I want to know. So, shout out to Joel News and Views if you want to go. If you want to go follow him on YouTube. So, you ready?
No, you have to.
I have to.
Because
okay, I'll do it again.
My heart's like pounding from earlier's conversation. I'm so amped up.
Well, take your hat off.
Take your hat off.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for my family, and thank you for taking care of all of us here in my house, Lord. And take care of everyone in America, Lord, and put your hands on the people that are getting overrun by COVID stuff that's happening, Lord. Protect all the families, Lord. Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
follow
praying
that
with
Facebook
us.
group.
Yes.
I mean, because we have a lot of fun on there. We're sharing stuff every day. So just share your funniest memes too.
There's a lot of those that goes.
Yeah,
on.
we all love it. So
Yeah.
all right, thanks for watching, guys. And we'll be on. Like I said, we go live every day. So just.
I agree. Donna said it really irritates her too. Oh man.
So tomorrow
It really
is
gets
the
me.
Debate between Harris and Biden.
Yes,
and